You didn't finish it, but that's fine.
Did.
Did you?
Yes.
I thought it was supposed to hit all the shows. Anyway, welcome to a new episode of Unchained with me, Paul Gomez.
I guess. And me, the one and only, Dylan Moore. Or
hardest working kid in comics. Fun stuff. So you changed your name on eBay.
Yes. Which
What
we
is
might
it?
actually have
HWK
Comics.
HWK Comics.
Because
hardest working kid in comics.
Hardest working kid in comics is just kind of long.
What are you doing?
I'm trying to find the thing.
What, the new banner? We don't got a new banner.
Wow.
You didn't make one. I told you we had a lot of work to do. You were up there diddle-dallying with whatever.
Listen.
I'm listening.
I've been up since 5.
Hey, that's not my fault. You know, we have this show every week.
Yes, but 5.
5 o'clock. So, okay, so we have a guest coming in today, and they're going to be about 30 minutes late. Fun stuff.
Fun.
So we're going to talk about a little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of this and a little bit of that.
A little bit of that. So, what do you want to start? You know, I didn't get
any topics or
Kickstarters,
anything, or
you know,
nothing. No,
I was busy. I was just what?
Were you just sitting there eating your food?
No, I was trying to get that bumper on. Which I didn't know that was already on there.
What are we going to talk about first? I gave you 3 ideas.
I got a lot of things I could talk about. I just don't want to go roaming off because, you know, a lot of people have been talking about like bad stuff. Bad stuff. I'm not going to say exactly what, but I know if I got on a roll, I would probably say things that would make other people way mad. Way mad.
Okay.
So
I guess we'll start off by talking about the new show on Disney Plus, which I don't think me or you have seen yet.
X-Men?
Exactly.
No, I hadn't seen it yet.
No.
I'm sad I hadn't seen it. I've been busy.
Have you?
Besides, I don't think I think I let Disney Plus cancel.
You did. That's the only reason why I haven't seen it.
Well.
Did you watch the first series?
Yeah. When it came out.
Exactly.
Like 30 years ago.
Man.
I don't remember it. I've slept since then.
Yeah, I haven't watched it. So.
I mean, it's been a long time. It used to be one of my favorite shows. I used to watch it all the time, but...
You even watched it with Martin once.
I probably have. I probably watched it with you once.
I don't remember, but you
probably
did.
Like this big.
Beat you down still.
So what about it? What do you want to talk about? It? How the art's different?
It's all different, no?
No.
Well,
it's a continuation of the same story.
It continues it? I gotta watch the first one though.
Yeah.
Before I watch it.
Yeah.
I didn't know it continued it.
It continued it. Yeah.
I thought it was just like a kid show.
Different art, but I mean the story continued. Yeah. So what do you want to talk about that? I mean it's big right now. Everybody's talking about it.
Yeah. Everyone's been finding comics about it or talking about it. I even hear it at school, which is hilarious.
Wow.
Because I almost never hear it.
I mean, I'm surprised teenagers are talking about it.
Some are.
Yeah.
Some aren't.
I mean, that's shocking.
Yeah, but I've been hearing it where I go.
So what else?
Teen Titans. Don't be just Teen Titans.
I don't understand why you want to talk about Teen Titans.
Teen Titans are the best.
They haven't even cast anybody.
Care. It's Teen Titans.
It's not even made yet.
They are the
There's
best.
Like 100 things.
Superheroes.
And it's not even guaranteed. Is it guaranteed?
I don't care if it's guaranteed or not. It's Teen Titans. It's Nightwing.
They just did a Titan show.
That wasn't No.
It was Nightwing?
Yeah, but it wasn't a movie. Look at my hair. Teen Titans.
Yesterday?
Yes. And it sucks. I know my barber Doing my hair was horrible, But
Should have cut it all off.
there's some fun. Teen Titans.
So convention season's coming about. Everybody's going out there hitting all the conventions.
Except for us.
Well, I mean,
At least right now we ain't.
we've been doing stuff. We had the grand opening. We went to the resale shop last week. The week before that, we were at the resale shop again. No, we did a convention, didn't we?
No, we went to the resale shop.
Oh, we've been busy for like 4 weeks. This week was going to be our first week off for a while. Next week might be a week off also, and then hopefully we'll be in Investabilia. How do you say that?
Investabilia.
It's in Dallas.
Hopefully
we'll be there.
Yeah.
I mean, we're not sure yet. We haven't got confirmation, but we're going to be going there, and then after that, it's going to be Dallas Market or Dallas Comic Show.
Yes.
So that's going to be a big thing.
Sponsored there too.
Yes.
By who?
By Grumpy's.
Yes.
Grumpy's Comics in Denton.
Yes. Formerly known as
Madness.
Yes. Got to get your comic history down, Dad. Come on.
You're up here asking me, do you know it?
Yes, I know it.
Okay.
How do you know? I told you the answer was right. I'm the teacher. You're the student. Okay, what was the third thing we were going to talk about? These have been kind of flying really quick, which I wasn't expecting. I have like three different things lined up, and I forgot the third one.
I still don't understand why you wanted to talk about Titans.
Because it's Titans.
But what is there to talk about? Oh, wow. They greenlighted a show.
It's Teen Titans. They're the best DC.
Okay, them greenlighting the show right now, it's probably going to be 4 years before it comes out.
It comes out soon.
No.
It comes out soon.
They haven't even casted for it. Half the time, if they hadn't casted, they cancel it by then. If this next Superman doesn't do good, Titans is going to be gone.
Yes, but there's still a chance. Still a chance. And it's Teen Titans. We
should be talking about more Marvel stuff if that's the case. Fantastic Four.
That's what it was.
Secret
That's what
Wars.
I wanted to talk about. Was Fantastic Four.
What about it?
About the robot. What do you think about the robot that everyone wants?
It's a butler.
So
why would everybody like it? Does everybody want the butler?
Yes. It's fantastic.
Weird speculation.
But it's there. So you can't complain with it. This is going to be hard to keep it up for 20 minutes until our guest shows up. This is fun.
Well, you could talk about comics too. I mean, we got a few friends that are on Kickstarter. I just didn't bring any of them up. Matt Cole and Galapagos on Kickstarter still.
Oh, is he? I thought his
JD Calderon's on Kickstarter with his.
Didn't his just end and then?
Did Daphne's new one come up? You know, I'm really spacing it this week. It's been, like I said, we were at one show last week, the grand opening the week before that, a show before that.
And I had UIL this morning.
Kind of on cruise control
this week. Friday.
As a matter of fact, I thought it was
UIL before that.
A different guest.
I had a lot more before that, and I had to deal with him before that.
Keep it up, kid. Keep it up.
You thought it was a what?
A different guest this week. Madeline.
Oh.
She's next week.
Getting your schedule mixed up, Dad.
I did. But I looked at my
calendar
like the last minute whenever I sent her that hour invite and then realized it
wasn't her week.
Yeah.
Kind of sounds rude to say.
Well.
Wait until next week, though.
The funny thing is, whenever I put a promo up there on Kickstarter or Kickstarter on Facebook, it wouldn't show.
I think you're just bad at Facebook.
I'm not saying I'm not. I'm telling you, that's the worst part about me is digital media. Look, if you're creating comics and you don't understand that you have multiple hats to put on, creating, marketing, understanding conventions, doing a YouTube show, especially whenever somebody's not wanting to help you like they say they're supposed to.
Listen, I'm helping all the time.
Where were you last week?
Sleeping.
All the time, my foot.
Almost all the time.
He would have been asleep this week too.
I would have been. I passing out right now.
So having said that, like I said, there's so many hats that you put on. You're gonna spread yourself thin, and right now, like I said, the past 4 weeks we were dealing with all that, trying to get into this con 2 weeks, and trying to get ready for the con in 3 weeks.
I'm trying to wake up. We're trying to go to sleep to prepare for the con.
So yeah, I mean, I did think it was a different guest, and I apologize about that. But it happens. I'm glad I caught it. Granted, the guest that's coming in this week had a little bit of scheduling issue, so coming in a little bit later, he'll be in the middle of the hour. But is doing all that and then still getting ready for May the 4th, Free Comic Book Day.
May the 4th be with you.
I'm helping assist a store which has 2 brick and mortar locations, and they're going to bring in. That's right, our sponsor,
store,
which is Geek Out
at Burleson and Mansfield.
That's right. So we're assisting them putting that together and bringing in
a whole bunch of people.
9 artists at the moment, possibly
10.
11. I think there's 2 more that might be coming.
Too much.
Hey,
I'm gonna be running everywhere.
I don't think you can go from one store to another and be scared that you wreck every car you see.
Listen, man, that's not nice.
I'm not trying to be mean. I'm just trying to be truthful.
Is it? I think you're just jealous of my driving skills.
Remember the last time you drove?
Listen, we don't talk about that.
Stopped in the middle.
We don't talk about
in the middle of the intersection.
I had someone yelling in my ear.
No.
Yes.
It was slow down.
No,
slow
no,
down.
no, no.
Slow down. Slow down.
No.
Stopped in the middle of an intersection.
Someone was yelling in my ear.
Yeah.
And it's the one who shall not be spoken.
He stopped in the middle of an intersection. Like I said, I have no problem with you making a mistake once or twice, but if you're going to stop in the middle of an intersection,
hey, that's
you're going to need to let my nerves calm down for a week or 2, okay?
It's been a week.
Yeah. Woo.
Don't be jealous of my driving skills. Listen, we weren't hit.
You're right, we weren't hit, and I'm glad at that. The first thing you do if you're in trouble is stop.
And then dance around like madmen.
People in the middle of the intersection were like honking and stuff, and I'm like, I don't know.
Don't be jealous.
But like I said, I mean, whenever you're doing comics, you got so many hats on, and you're trying to figure things out.
I ain't got no hat on.
Well, this is why I say you need to pick up some of the stuff. And on top of all that, I'm trying to learn to draw. I'm drawing every day for like 10 hours or whatnot. Which somebody's supposed to be coloring.
I am, but I'm dying right now at school. Listen, I got my student hat on.
Yeah. Are you passing everything?
We won't talk about that, but
we need to talk about that.
Spanish is hard. English, I'm close to passing. I just need them to put in some stuff. Geometry, I'm close to passing. I need to actually do some stuff. And then that would be it. Everything else, I'm passing. Flying colors. Maybe not flying colors.
On top of that, you got the whole eBay thing that you're doing.
And the eBay thing. And running around with you. And doing all this other stuff. Doing theater. Doing choir. I do a lot too. Okay?
It's a hard knock life.
For me.
I keep telling you. I mean, I understand theater's important. I understand choir's important. But like I said, you're going to meet a lot more actors.
Through
conventions.
Yes, but I got to do stuff in high school. Got to hang out with friends. Got to meet people in high school. My peers. Instead of everyone else that's older than me.
There are people your age.
When?
The vendor right next to us last weekend, we had his daughter there.
That doesn't count.
Why doesn't it count?
Because we weren't at a con.
Whenever we met Dan and what's his name? I forget his name.
I forget his name too.
But he had his daughter, which was your age.
Was she?
Yeah.
Be honest.
She could have gave me tips on coloring.
I only saw her once throughout the whole weekend. That was whenever we went to go eat. Maybe twice.
Nonetheless, there's a lot of people your age. You just don't take notice because you're running around talking to older people. I'm just saying.
And I'm doing my business too.
I ain't got a problem with that. Like I said,
I gotta get more stuff to sell though. Key comics mainly.
Yeah.
Yeah. You should have donated your old comic collection to me.
I did.
Your older comic collection to me.
You took all my
Instead of
comics.
your friend.
What? Didn't you get like $700 out of my comics?
Listen,
And you wasted it.
we won't talk about it.
You didn't get into the whole comic thing until like 2 weeks ago,
Listen.
3 weeks ago. Which I'm happy for. Like I said, I don't mind that waste because it was an investment into the future. But man, if you would have used it then, like I told you.
There's connections.
Just saying. Just saying. What other Kickstarters are out there?
I have no clue. I'm not on Kickstarter. I really need to start going on there because I'm never on there. You're the Kickstarter expert and
What else did you want to talk about? Henry Cavill?
being Cyclops?
Is he going to be Cyclops?
That's...
People are saying he's going to be Wolverine.
What?
You didn't read that?
No.
That's the big thing on the rumor mill right now is that he's going to be a variant of Wolverine.
Yeah, I could see that, but
I don't know.
I think just anyone else being Wolverine than Hugh Jackman is just weird for me. But they probably will change him up. So,
what else?
I don't know. You're supposed to be the expert in all this. What else? Being blinded. My God. I'm being blinded all day today. Well, I ain't got nothing at all.
Like I said, everybody was talking about bad stuff, and I don't want to talk about what they were talking about. Because I will say things that people don't like. Don't do that. It's going to fall.
You ain't got no tape.
Look, that's why I'm told you not to do it.
I'm being blinded right now.
No, you're going to
Everything's blurry.
Just stare forward.
That's blue light.
Oh, my God.
Listen, I'm trying to be...
Are you?
Not blind. Okay.
So, I mean, could you imagine if he's a variant of Wolverine?
I mean, I can see it, but it just feel weird. I think any variant in any movie.
Daniel Radcliffe's supposed to be a variant of Wolverine,
Sorry,
too.
who?
Harry Potter.
Oh! I think I heard of that, yeah.
I heard both of them are. I don't know how many variants of Wolverine they're going to have, if they're going to have that many.
5 million.
I don't know. You think they're going to bring all the X-Men in now? Is that going to be their catalyst to bring all the X-Men in the movies?
I think it could be a good way. I mean, they hinted in it in Captain Marvel. Or Marvels.
Just with the Beast at the end?
Yeah. But, I mean, hey, it was a beast, so...
I don't know. I don't know. There's going to be that much speculation right now. I think it's all going to wait till Fantastic Four.
There is Dr. Doom. Which I know you spec'd on hard.
I think they're going to go from Kane to Dr. Doom. I think everybody thinks that.
Hey, I ain't got a problem with it. Brings me to Secret Wars, so... Can't wait for that. I want to see Spider-Man in his black suit. And I really hope that's what happens. But I haven't read the new Secret Wars stuff, so...
Well, I mean, that could have been the lead-in, because, you saw that little piece of Venom stay in the universe, right?
Yeah.
So I mean, that could be part of the Secret War stuff.
Which, hey, I ain't opposed to it. I mean, Spider-Man in his black suit. I'm all for it. I can't wait for it either. Can't wait to play the new Spider-Man game. I guess it's not new anymore. But I can't wait to play Spider-Man 2. Because Spider-Man. I gotta bother Jose about stealing his PlayStation.
Can you hold the show down for a second? I'm gonna have to step away.
I can try.
Yeah, we'll talk about stuff.
Stuff is...
Excuse me?
What shall I talk about?
Comic stuff.
Comic? I don't know any comic stuff right now. Hey guys, if anyone ever watches this later, it's the one, the only, hardest working kid in comics. HWK Comics on eBay. Got some fun stuff there. I just got Crisis on Infinite Earths, which I need to read the rest of. Hopefully that will go up there, the whole set together. And man, so far, been reading it. Oh my God, it is so good. Man, I can't wait to read the rest. I just haven't had the time to read it, which kind of sucks because I finally hunted them all down. I just haven't been able to read them. So anytime I get free time, I'll just read them right there and then. Other than that, I've been collecting comics, finding more comics. Got Nightwing's first appearance, which I'm really, really happy about, which that is the biggest comic in the world to me, especially with Titans coming out. It's going to be amazing. So I can't wait for the movie to come out. But always the off chance it doesn't, which fine taking that. But come on. Teen Titans brings a lot of potential. That's all I'm saying. With Beast Boy, Raven, and all the others. Amazing movie. I'm sure they could do something amazing with him. And then I can't wait to watch the X-Men series. Definitely need to watch the old one first before I can watch the new one. Because I guess it's supposed to go together, but I just haven't had Disney Plus in a while, which kind of sucks. But I'll probably find a different way to watch it. So, any way I can get to it, get my hands on it, I guess. Let's see, what else is there to talk about? Can't wait for Fantastic Four. Still a little while away. But Fantastic Four is going to be amazing. Hopefully that's Dad coming back. Unless he's taking forever. I think he's just taking forever. Well, amazing stuff coming out. Hoping it comes out faster. I wish it did. But I also have... That's all I got. I'm really just trying to find other stuff to talk about. Because my dad left me for dead over here. I want Moon Knight Season 2. Man, that would be phenomenal. Second season of Moon Knight. Oh my God. Second season of Loki. That was already amazing. Moon Knight was just better in my opinion. He's finally back. Took you long enough. I tried holding it down. I don't know if I did the best.
Yeah, I don't know if you did either. You weren't. So what are you talking about?
Oh,
still nothing?
It was just random stuff. I was talking about Loki, talking about Moon Knight, talking about Fantastic Four and Teen Titans again.
I'm going to draw Moon Knight soon. That's what I'm going to do. I'm going to draw Moon Knight.
Yeah, it's right there. Yeah. Right? That way. That'll poke you in the head. I was talking about Moon Knight, waiting for the season 2 to come out, which is probably a little while away, which I don't know. I just want to watch it because Moon Knight was amazing. You got to give us some topics. I haven't heard nothing from you.
From me?
From you.
Like I said, everyone seemed to be talking about bad stuff, and I don't want to talk about bad stuff.
Batman?
No, bad stuff.
Batman.
People were talking about bullies in the industry and talking about negative stuff and surviving, how to get through it all.
Yeah, I don't know about that, but let's see if I could stay awake for the rest of this time.
So bad.
Listen, I've been up since 5 a.m. Been doing stuff since 5:40 until what time do I get home? Not even the time I got home. Since until like 6 till 6, and then I had 1 hour break. Not even, more like 30 minutes of break.
Hey, what was the deal with that Batman that you keep looking for?
Which one?
Which one is the one you're looking for? That you asked for at the comic store the other day.
Oh, City of Madness? Man, that listen, man. It's a new series that came out not too long ago, and it's finished already because there's a Black Label comic, and I didn't expect it to go anywhere. It was just one of the comics I wanted to read, and so far, oh my god, it's an amazing comic.
It seemed like it was selling out everywhere.
Yeah, it is.
Calm down.
I didn't think it would sell out. I got the first one whenever it first came out. I got the second one whenever it came out. Third one I just haven't been able to find, and I keep seeing like a whole bunch of number ones and just no number threes and no number twos. But I already got 1 and 2, which the second one ended on a cliffhanger, and it was an amazing cliffhanger too. Oh my god! And the third one, I'm just hoping is so much better. I bet. I just haven't been able to find it.
I would have loved to go to WonderCon, but unfortunately we didn't get in this year. Yeah, I mean it sounds like it's going to be a blast. I hope y'all have a great time out there. We got a few friends that are going to be out there. I think Sarah's going to be out there.
Dun, dun, dun.
I'm not sure who else.
I don't think Sam's going.
No, I don't think he's going.
Because
we don't have anything this week or next.
Yeah.
And then we're trying to get into Investabilia the week after that, and then Dallas Comic Show the week after that.
Yeah. Fun
But I
stuff.
think they were sold out by the time we tried. Yeah. Holding it down, man. Trying to get out there, spreading it out, finding any shows that we can. It's one of those things that you can't afford every show because you just can't.
Give us a couple years, then we'll
give us a couple of years.
Every single show.
Well, I tell you the truth, if we didn't have that one book that we put, so much into, we would have had a good amount to put back into conventions.
But then again,
it was a risk worth taking, I think, to try to get into Diamond, and it just kind of fell through. It happens.
Yeah.
It happens.
But it puts your name out there.
Well, I mean, it would have if it went through.
Yeah.
The fact that it didn't really help at all. But again, like I said, you got to take calculated risks. Being a creator or artist or something like that, you got to kind of pick and choose your lanes that you're in.
Projects.
That's one thing that Sam was talking about on Catch Crazy. It was like talking about how you got to pick and choose where you're going and where you're not going to go to, and
how you want to get there.
Yeah. And who you do business with. I mean, it's just one of those things. Sometimes you take a risk, which we did, and sometimes it just didn't pay out.
But other times,
yeah,
bring you all the way up.
Well, I mean, it's one of those things. I like working with other people, so I usually try to
bring them along.
Yeah, help them out, and hopefully they'll help us out, kind of thing. Us doing the whole May the 4th thing with Geek Out, it's kind of
big.
Yeah, because we get to help bring out like
so many
5 or 6 artists.
Yeah,
and that's one of the things that you want to do is help other people out as well. Speaking of, we do have our special guest in the background right now, and we're going to go ahead and bring him out. So without further ado, Ray Jamison.
Here I am. I really appreciate your patience on this, and I'm sorry for the delay.
No problem.
I accidentally double booked myself, so I left early there and came on here late. But here I am.
Understand. Sorry about. I mean, it's one of those things that happens, especially whenever you're out there promoting your stuff.
Oh my goodness! But
Yeah, we do
I
it
did
all.
make it. Better late to the party than not on at all.
Exactly.
So I am looking. I want to share this on my main page. This interview. You guys got a URL to this share here?
We do.
I can put it on after if you can't find it. That's okay.
Yeah.
After will be fine. But yeah, so this new project. So you've done campaigns for D&D, is that right?
I've done D&D campaigns, not to be confused with Kickstarter campaigns. So
Right.
I've played. I've been playing tabletop RPGs for just over a decade now. I just turned 40. I've been doing it since my late 20s.
Awesome. So is that where the inspiration for this new project came from?
Absolutely. It came from the very first homebrew campaign I ever ran. A homebrew is where you have no modules and it's all your own lore, your own stuff. This is getting published by Philbo Publishing, yes. Philip Russert. Shout out to Philip. I am very, very grateful for them taking a chance on me. I'm really looking forward to seeing where this goes.
Great guy, Philip. Yeah, definitely. So I don't know if we're going to be able to bring that up, but we're going to take a few seconds to see if we can pull that trailer.
I can. Oh, go ahead. Yes, absolutely.
DM right there. Scroll, and then whenever you. All right, give us just 1 second.
All good. All good. I'm just grateful you guys were able to.
Is up.
All right, and we're gonna play that trailer.
A brawny intellectual, a devout farmer, a good-hearted charlatan, and a social facilitator. This circle of friends shall reunite in their hometown, Ivywood. Before they can depart for employment, they are interrupted by a local drug problem which carries hidden, sinister undertones. Can they survive the night? And what is the source of this danger? The bond amongst these friends may be the only metric to answer such questions.
All right. So that trailer looks great.
Thank you.
Hire that out? Did you do that yourself? How did that come about?
Well, obviously, it's not me speaking, but everything else was done by me. I should disclaim. I didn't draw the images, of course, but I did. Right. I did edit the film. I was really happy with how it turned out. The voice acting was done by Brooke Eiler, who lives out in California. She's actually a professional voice actor, and she's played on a couple of really cool podcasts playing D&D and other RPGs with RPG All-Stars. Cool talent. I was really happy with how it all came together. I was really happy with everything about that trailer. It seems to give you a feel of what the comic is about without really giving too much away. So I'm definitely content.
Yeah, it looks beautiful. It looks very seamless and very fluid whenever you're watching that trailer, and it definitely gives you an understanding. I love being able to see some of the art, and it looks great. This is your first comic?
This is my first one. Can you hear me okay? Is my mic going?
Yeah.
Okay. I hit the mute button on this analog mic, and it appears my mute button is busted. So that works for my advantage. Now, that's the interiors. I found a fellow Winnipegger, Evan Quiring. He's got his own comics. You can look up Murder City Devil and Lucha Mysteries. He did the interiors for issue 1 here. And Dan Kemp, who's colored over roughly 100 issues of Spawn. I don't know how I got him to say yes, but he agreed to take a chance on me and color this all up too. I do have. I can share with you the first couple pages if you'd like. I've got them
Sure.
set up here. Well, we go to share screen. It's present on StreamYard. There's so many platforms, and they're all slightly different, right?
Right.
I want.
We were
to
talking right
share-
before you came on how being a creator, you have so many different hats, and
Oh,
having
man.
to get used to the streaming stuff. Man, it's just a world of its own.
Yeah, it's an interesting all the competition. I'm going to hit F11. That should give me more to work with here. So as it mentioned in the trailer, these are about four friends getting back together. So in this trailer, you can see two of the individuals in the back of the cart. I'm not going to focus on the speech and the dialogue, but in the background, you can see the sun is going down. All three of these issues, they take place overnight. One night, I should say. So I really wanted this mini-series to be like a day in the life type of setting. You can see the two individuals getting out of the back of the cart and talking to the cards, and you can see them walking into the city once they've once they got permission to enter, of course. And you can read up more on that later. There's a lot, like I said, this has been a long time coming. This has been like 2 years of putting this together, and I have been pulling my hair out. I'm going to stop sharing here. Hold on, I'll come back. I can see you guys. There we go. If I can look this up, I can share with you some covers.
I love covers.
What do we have here for covers? Let me assemble this appropriately. Let's go to. I apologize for the lack of not lack of preparation, just a little underprepared. There we are. Okay, so where do I want to begin? Let's start with the main cover. Now, I gotta share it. I love StreamYard. Share screen. And sharing screen of Windows. There we go. Share. Beautiful. Okay, so that's Jimbo Salgado's ink work.
Wow.
And Dan Kemp, again, he also colored this. It's the only thing it's missing here is the publisher's brand beside the logo. The final will have that. I'm really happy with the amount of detail put into this in conjunction with there's different levels of intelligence. It isn't just academic and English or not English specific, but language and mathematics. But in this case, Dan's intelligence in regards to how light falls and actually making these colors pop.
Dan's a great artist.
I am beside myself with how great this turned out. These are characters that I thought up, and to see such professional, high caliber, world class talent put them to reality on paper, metaphorically, digitally at least, but it's awesome. It's really awesome.
So we should mention that Madcaps is going to be on Kickstarter, but it's not there just yet, right?
April 30th we launch. Now we've got a pre-launch page. I am just shy of 100 followers now. I would love to get 130 to 150 before April 30th. That's roughly 4 weeks from now, 4.5, I think. I am really, really looking forward to. I've never done this before. I love comic books, but I've never been on this side of the game, if you will. So I'm really happy with the story. I'm really happy with what the artists have done and brought to the table. I feel it's worthy of the industry. It's up to the readers now to decide how good or lack thereof it is.
Right. So, and this is going to be the first issue of 3?
Yes, 1 of 3. And it, like I said, it's supposed to be a day in the life type of setting. All 3 issues take place during the same night.
And how many pages is this going to be? Is this going to be a 22-pager?
Well, that depends on what stretch goals are met. No matter what, it is for sure 22.
Okay.
Jay Sloan, he's done some concept sketches for me in black and white, and if we hit a certain stretch goal, I will be having a biography and the concept sketches together, 1 page per character. So it could go up as high as 26 pages.
That's awesome. That is definitely awesome.
Yes.
And do you have a lot of extras that you're going to be throwing into the Kickstarter? Have you thought about that
Yes.
kind of stuff?
Yes. So I'm appealing to 2 different genres here. We have the comic side. So I have different covers, which I'll show a couple more in a second here. I also have different pinups, which I'll also show very shortly here. Fans of comic art really like different dynamics like that. And this also includes laser engraved wood of this cover, just Jimbo's inks.
Awesome. Yeah.
It's the same size as the comic book, so it'll be really easy to frame accordingly. It's also stainable, so you can like make it look darker, including the line work, which will look really, really cool. On the fantasy and RPG side, I've got things like Storm Wickham has made a map for me of where this comic takes place. Lovers of fantasy love maps, and she did a great job. Also, I've made, not myself, but shout out to Warwick Doolin. He's made all 4 of these characters as miniatures, and they're going to get 3D printed in resin. So those are potential add-ons you can buy into. And then on top of that, there's also a 20-sided dice. It's not painted. You can add your own paint, add your own flair, but that's also another add-on. And again, Warwick Doolin did amazing with the 3D modeling. I'm really happy with how those things turned out. Like I said, I wanted to make sure both genres I'm appealing to. It isn't just like a paint job to make it look like I'm including one group. Right. It's quite the opposite. I'm fully embracing both at the same time here. I wanted to show that in the add-ons and the stretch goals as much as I could. And I think I've got a healthy amount of acknowledgement accordingly.
Now, I've never done a D&D type of comic book or what per se. One of my books I did do an extra item, which was a scroll.
That's a sweet idea.
So whenever I sent it to them, it was the cover size, but it was kind of like a burnt scroll kind of thing. And
I hear you.
On the outside, it had a ribbon that they could tie it up and just wind it up.
That's cool. That's really that's a good idea. I like that.
I found some of those like older stained kind of pieces of paper and just basically printed a black and white version on it. Mm-hmm. Like I said, whenever I sent it, I had the ribbon on the outside where they could just roll it up and tie it up if they wanted.
Yeah. That's really cool. I like that idea. Yeah. So this is a pinup. This is one of the add-ons. This was drawn by Sean Langley. Sean Langley does a lot of like cryptid artwork. So Mothman, a lot of like urban legends, but he also will take like franchise and cartoon characters rather, and he will make his own like corrupted version of it, basically like a demon inside growing out of it. So there's like pieces of Elmo still on it, but it's a monster now kind of thing. When I described to my 4 characters medieval setting, I want to do some image of them repelling oncoming zombies from every which way. And his reply to me was, "Stop right there. You had me at zombies." This was also colored by Dan Kemp, which is, as soon as I say that, one is not surprised to get that information.
Right. I mean, Dan is really great. You know what this reminds me of? This reminds me of that game, Gauntlet.
Oh, yeah.
That beautiful, picture of that. That's what it reminds me. And the fact that you can relate to this is a great, selling aspect, because the one thing for a new comic to do is hard to relate to new customers. But this looks beautiful. Absolutely.
One thing I really wanted to have with these characters is I wanted them to, they all act differently. I wanted them to be visually different.
Right.
I wanted this to be like late 80s, early 90s Uncanny X-Men.
Yeah.
Where They're technically all in uniform, but they're not. The uniforms, ironically, are not uniform. They're all very unique to each other. The one thing although it was a cool concept, is in the 90s they tried to bring back blue and white actual uniforms, but it took away a lot of character.
Yeah.
From the visuals. In this, I wanted them to all look different. It's very obvious they all act, move. Their voices are all different. I wanted them. The only real thing they have in common, other than from where they originally grew up, is that none of them are human. That was something I really, really wanted to show. Everything that could be different is there, if that makes sense. I got a couple of. Here's one here. Now, you brought up. I don't have the title on this image here, but you brought up Gauntlet for the NES. Yeah. Well, John Zalesnik, who hand painted this image you're looking at, he made the original art for the cover of Shinobi for the NES.
Wow.
He's done a bunch of like Magic the Gathering, Warhammer, but like this looks like a Magic the Gathering card.
Yeah, it definitely does.
This guy, the amount of patience and detail to hand paint all of that is just nothing short of impressive. He painted the cover art for a franchise called Worms. It was a game in the late 90s, early 2000s. I played the snot out of that. So it's really cool. This guy who in the background has had a very minor influence on my life and my childhood, a full circle thing. Now he's drawn one of my characters. It's a really, really cool experience, that's for sure. Full circle.
Definitely.
Here, this is Chazgo. I'll show you here. So this blue-skinned elf in the bottom left of the four.
Right.
This was done by Erica Hollis. Erica Hollis in Chicago. She has... she made this completely digitally, and Chazgo has an ability to disguise himself. So I wanted him to look like he was donning a human appearance while entering a lit room, and I think she did an excellent job.
Yeah.
Chazgo has this cool thing where he's a race of elves that are very feared. He doesn't live with his kind anymore. His kind lives up in the mountains. They're blue-skinned because they have high exposure to silver. It makes them resistant to magic, and they're very dysfunctional for a long myriad of reasons. But basically, because of his appearance, if he walks out into, in this case, Ivywood, he would be he'd be very feared, even attacked. So because of that, he looks human to just blend in, essentially. The other three are the only individuals that know what he actually looks like.
Right.
And I've said this in other interviews. Most people, I think, can relate to Chazgo. At least one piece of themselves. Maybe it's not popular to be like that or like that thing. Or did you know I'm 1/16th? Insert this here.
Right.
And it's not right to think this, but some people can be embarrassed of such dynamics. And I think everybody can relate to Chazgo in one form or another. Chazgo's is just obviously an extreme. So he doesn't want to be attacked and killed, so he looks like a human. The funny part is he actually works for a noble. So if someone were to catch him, that could be potentially a big problem.
Man, it looks great, though. I mean, those characters and that cover all together looks great for your first outing in a comic. Hey, is there any goals that you have set for yourself in comics?
For comics in particular, well, you know what? I just wanted to express this story. So right now, my goal is to make these 3 issues. Depending how this one does dictates how long issue 2 will take to create. The short is I'm focused on these 3 issues. It is, like I said, a day in the life. It's very obvious when you read the story. There are things that have happened before this comic, and there are things that are going on during, and there are things that will be going on after the comic. And I haven't set it up with cliffhangers with the anticipation that this is going to keep going. What I've done instead is I'm going to make these 3 stories and walk away from it with my head up. If people happen to like it enough to want more, then I'll be happy to keep going. But my goal right now is just these 3 issues. I want them to be as awesome as I feel they are, and we'll see where this goes from there.
It looks great. It looks great. We are about 9 minutes close to the hour, and we got to get out right at.
Okay. I'll just show these last 2 images real quick. This is done by Jenna Stark from New York. It is digitally painted. It's made to look like it's painted. This guy is a half dwarf. You could see his smoking telescope, which he's blasted the tree out in front of him, and the shocked look on his face that it actually worked. He messes around with anything that's like a glass or a crystal and metals. He actually has a magic influence on. He's found out through his 2 parental bloodlines. It's an odd mix that's given him some odd talent. He's not even 4 feet tall, so I like this cool idea of him, a big boom coming from such a little guy. I just find that amusing. And the last one, of course, this is drawn by Javier Solteres. He drew the first year of Volume 2 of Ghost Rider, where Dan Ketch took over.
Right.
That was one of the first series of issues where I collected it issue to issue. So another full circle moment for me to have him draw this character for me. This is a dwarf. You can tell he's very comfortable in what he's doing. I wanted him to have I don't want to use the word stoic per se, but he's not he's not overwhelmed for being in a scenario like you can see him in. So it's very, very obvious he's this is Tuesday. This is what I do. He's not overwhelmed or distraught. And I could talk more about him, but we're low on time. That's also colored by Dan Kemp there. And again, the combination of these 2 guys, think about it this way. Mr. Salteras, who drew Ghost Rider, and Dan Kemp, who colored Spawn, I got to combine those 2 skills, which is really cool.
Right.
I always thought that was a really cool concept. I'll stop sharing here, and I know we're close to the end. I really appreciate you guys having patience with me and coming on late like this.
Definitely. We're glad to have you. This project looks great. I mean, it really does look beautiful. And of course, with those names that are aboard, it should definitely go well. Just again, to recap, this is a Madcap, and it's going to be on Kickstarter on April the 30th.
April 30th. The pre-launch page is on right now, and we're almost at 100 followers already. We're really, awesome. I'm really pushing. You're my second interview today. I've got 8 more lined up before we launch. Currently, I'm looking to fill that up as much as I can, and I'm happy to talk about this story. I'm just happy to share with you all the cool stuff that's going on. If I could possibly, I would just vomit out the whole thing and share it right now, but
I understand.
Not financially responsible, as we'll say.
Well, I'll tell you what, whenever this does come live in the middle of the campaign or at the end, you should come back and talk a little bit more about it.
Absolutely. I'd be more than happy.
At the moment, is there anywhere that people can get a hold of you?
Yes, you can look me up on Facebook as DM Ray. DM means Dungeon Master, as I do like to play a lot of D&D and other related tabletop RPGs. You can also find the Madcaps Facebook page. And lastly, on Instagram, you can find me as Raymond the DM. DM Ray was unfortunately taken, but I am on there, and I'm very active. And if you find me on there and want to send any messages on either of those platforms, I'm more than happy to talk about as much as I can without giving too much away. I'm very excited to finally get this stuff off my chest. It's been a couple years.
Also, we want to give a shout out to Philbo.
Yeah, absolutely.
Who's helping you out, getting the publisher.
Yes, sir. He took a chance on me, and I am very, very grateful to have this chance.
I can't wish you enough luck. If there's anything that we can do to help you out, let us know.
Appreciate that. Beautiful.
And as always, like I tell people, my name is Paul Gomez. You can reach me at Paul Gomez 790, Facebook, Instagram, and Twitter. If you have any questions whenever it comes to creating comics or the comic industry, I'm glad to help with anything I can. If I don't know the answer, I'll point you in the right direction. And above all that, if there's any time that you need to just talk to somebody, please reach out on Facebook. That's where I'm mostly at, Paul Gomez 790.
Right on.
It's okay to not be okay. Just don't stay there. And I'd rather hear from you today than not be able to hear from you tomorrow.
You know what? I'd love to add to that. I
Oh,
think
yeah.
I think it's very important that people are we stop talking about the things we don't like. If we talked more about the things we liked,
Exactly.
like if you have two people that disagree over something, I'd rather talk about the thing that I like as opposed to trashing the thing that the other people likes. I think if we embrace that more and celebrate why the other person likes whatever the thing I don't like, I think we'd all get along a lot better and have a lot less unnecessary challenges in the social world.
Right.
Put it that way.
Right. I definitely agree. And like I said, this is
Dylan Moore.
and he is the hardest working kid in comics. Or
Beautiful.
what is it? HK or HWK
HWK Comics.
on eBay.
Beautiful.
So we will catch y'all next week, and thank you for stopping by. You hang in there just 1 second. We'll talk to you a little bit more.
For sure.
Y'all have a great week. We'll see y'all next week. Thank you.